Hello and welcome. This is the Breakfast Club. My name is Zenzele Ndebele, and we do this every day where we talk about different issues and different programs. We talk politics, we talk social issues. The idea is to keep you informed, to know what is going on. And aside, we bring you all the information that we can get hold of, and we talk about so many issues. And I know these days it's election time, so half the time we are talking about politics and talking about election. But today we are going to take a break from elections and politics, and we're going to focus on young people doing well in our communities, and we want to inspire the young people there. So I'll be talking to two gentlemen, Mandlenkosi and Takudzwa Modza. I think I got it right. And the two are students in America, in the Alabama State University, but they've just been there for over a year, I think. So I want to talk to them to find out, how did they end up in America? How are they living the American dream? How has been the experience? Are they planning to come back home, and all the things like that? Gentlemen, welcome to the program. So maybe let me start with you, Mandlenkosi. Tell us about yourself. Who is Mandlenkosi? Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Thank you very much. My name is Mandlenkosi. I was born in Mpilo Hospital, Gobulawayo, and I attended my primary school at Balm Green. That's where I started off. And then went to John Talak High School. That's where I really, I would say, performed well. I think, surprisingly, I also won a competition there, but it was for quiz. It was the high school's Book of African Records high school's tournament. That was in 2018. Then, yeah, I studied sciences there for A level. And then I graduated there in 2019. And in 2019, I always wanted to be an aerospace engineer. So I had already decided that maybe the USA is the best place to study aerospace engineering. So I decided to start applying for colleges in the USA. I found out about Education USA, who paid for and I was one of 5 to get that a scholarship before coming on to New Seasons Youth Program. And they guided me through the common application. That was in 2020 after finishing. But unfortunately, I couldn't come through that year, but I had already done my SAT, so the foundation had been laid out. And then a friend of mine called Bongi, she encouraged me to apply to New Seasons Youth Program. And then I met the director, Mr. Ray Jackson, over the Zoom, and I applied, and fortunately I got I was fortunate enough to be part of New Seasons Youth Program and applied to a couple of colleges, and here I am at Alabama State University. I came here in 2022.
Yeah, quite an amazing journey there. But I'll come to you to ask, your experiences. Maybe let me come to you, Takudzwa, and also ask you that, tell us a bit about yourself, your background and how you end up in America.
All right, thank you. So my name is Takudzwa Modza. I grew up in Gweru, Zimbabwe, and I attended high school at St. Patrick's High. I studied there, I learned there. I think over the duration of my high school, I think I had the privilege of having a friend of mine called Providence Amapingire. So he was the one who told me about the opportunity to go and study in America. So just after completing my high school, I did well. I was fortunate enough during high school that I was one of the students who got awarded a STEM scholarship during that year. Then after graduating, I actually took a gap year, like 2 gap years, and then during those periods, I tried to work, and then with the help of my parents, I did raise some money, and then I wrote the SATs. After writing the SATs, I applied to the New Seasons Youth Program. And then after that, I managed to come here, meeting Mr. Ray Jackson, who then guided me through applying all the schools and then coming here to the USA. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, your experience, your first time experience at the university, you're coming from St. Patrick's. Now you're in the state of Alabama. What were the first days like?
So yeah, the first days were pretty interesting, I would say. I guess the people and the culture. I think one of the interesting things that was there was I think when I used to talk to people, it's like different. Like people here talk a little bit fast, so which was a bit fascinating. So you had to try to. I think you were challenged. You would be challenged in a way that when someone would talk fast, sometimes you didn't get what they're saying. So at most time you had to try to talk with the person and tell them that may you please repeat them again, which sounded a little bit rude. But over time you learn that these people don't know you, so it's okay for you to ask, and then they'll be like, oh wow, okay, you're from which country? And then I would explain to them. And what's also fascinating is that a lot of people here don't actually know about the countries outside of America. Most young students. So it was something that's fascinating. So networking with students from here, from America, teaching them about your country, and also learning like computer science. I'm learning new stuff about computing, new technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and it's really fascinating to be able to have like a diverse area of learning. Yeah.
Yeah, Mandlenkosi, your first few days in America, what shocked you?
Thank you very much. Well, I think I was shocked. First of all, arriving at the airport was very big. I told one of my friends how later that Atlanta airport was about the size of Countryback in a joking manner. But yeah,
and you were used to Mkavugo airport.
Yes, sir. I departed from Joshua Mkavugo, which is sizably small. But I guess everything the airport was very big.
My name is Thomas Mulaisho. Come from Zambia. I'm attending Alabama State University and currently studying computer science. I came to the US through the help of New Seasons youth program that's headed by a man called Ray Jackson. And yeah, apart from that, that's all about me. I don't have any fun facts.
Okay, yeah, we will talk more. Thomas, growing up in Zambia, I'm sure it's not different from Zimbabwe that much. I mean, tell me what really was of interest to you, or what surprised you when you got to America?
I didn't expect trees in America. I didn't expect a lot of trees in America. So that was new. And apart from the culture and how split the entire country is in terms of their dialect, you have the southern accents and the northern accents. Coming to the US, I always thought they had one different accent. So judging from where you're from, you can easily be noticed if you're in the wrong place that you don't belong. So it's quite easy for them to know that we are not from around here, despite our looks or or our school we go to. And the weather also is another factor. I experienced snow for the first time somewhere around last year in December, which was fun. Touched snow for the first time, almost froze to death, but that was pretty much my experience last year and early this year.
Yeah, I know for growing up in Zimbabwe or in Africa generally, it's always every person's dream to be in America and to study there. Maybe let me start with you, Mandla. How difficult was the process and to finally get in a plane and go there?
I would say the process, it requires a lot of effort, I guess. It's different from applying, I guess, to a local university. The process is entirely different. You have to write essays and be a good fit for the school. So it requires a lot of effort, you communicating, and thankfully I had some very good school counselors from my high school who also helped me out. Mr. Tibo John Talaki helped me out. And I also had a couple of my friends who also came here, who we did everything together. So the process, sometimes you get it once and you apply to one school and get into the school, but sometimes it can take an entire year. For example, for us, we applied in 2022 and we got accepted for 2023. There's a process of interviewing, the process of taking writing the essays, the process of taking the SATs. So I think you really have to be sure about what you want and how you want to get it. And best of all, you have to pray. My pastor always inspired me, and he also guided me, my pastor at Christ Embassy Tongu. So you really have to be courageous and go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. You're mentioning the issue of religion there. Takudzwa, are you a religious person?
Yes.
When you were in Zim, you used to go to church?
Yeah, when I was in Zim, I used to go to church, United Methodist Church in Zimbabwe, yeah.
So when you get to America and it's a Sunday now, things change a bit. What do you do on a Sunday?
So on a Sunday, I still go to church on a Sunday. I made some friends. Actually, so I have friends actually brothers and sisters from the New Seasons Youth Program. So they go to church. So when I came here, it was actually easy for me to keep on going to church. So we go to church sometimes every Sunday. When I have the opportunity, we go to church every Sunday. So it has been a smooth process for me to keep on going to church. Yeah.
Yeah, there is this. You guys tell me about the competition that you won. I think it's the Financial Advancement Center or something like that. Tell me about that. How did you get to participate in that competition? Who wants to go first? Thomas.
I was gonna say Takudzwa.
Who was the team leader?
I would Takudzwa, take this one.
Takudzwa, tell us about the competition.
Yeah, we all played a part. I don't know why he's throwing at me, but so I think for the competition, so what started was that we first joined a program that it just teaches about finance. It's called the CFA, Center for Financial Advancement. So it's actually a program that just teaches you basic financial literacy. So you just learn, and throughout the duration of the program, they then talked about this Center for Financial Advancement hackathon. So it was kind of a hackathon. So the hackathon was trying to build a tool for you to teach other students about credit. Because here in America, the competition was about building the next best credit education for students aged 18 to 24 who are in college, so that students will know how to use their credit wisely so that they don't have a bad credit. So that was the basis of the competition.
Yeah, Thomas, you can add on. So what did you do, you guys? What solution did you come up with?
Initially, the entire competition spanned for, I think, 4 to 5 months, if I'm not wrong. So during that time, we set aside like mini steps to achieving the overall goal. So we had every week we met every week to finalize what project we wanted to do. So in the first month or two, we first came up with the idea, which we later changed as the day went on. We had advice from several other students that also belong in New Seasons who go to Alabama State University. Namely, we had Robert, I'm not going to butcher his surname, Robert Muktura and Arnold Bebe, who greatly helped us with advice. Like, they've been through competitions and whatnot. And they helped us. They helped us to like build confidence in ourselves and also develop our ideas. Because initially we had thought of the competition as this small thing, but then they told us that this is not a normal thing. You don't always compete to win the amount of money that was put on the table. So it got us in the phase to think higher than we were in the first step. So as we went on, we went on every week and tried to like beat the idea we had the previous week. So we would task ourselves with different tasks. Let's say Mandla had his own task, Takudzwa had his own task, and I had mine, and another female on the team, Janai, had her own task. So every week would meet, would make sure that each one of us had succeeded at achieving one of those tasks so that we could make the overall goal of building the actual project.
Yeah, Mandla, well, how much money was on the table for this competition?
That was $40,000 US that was on the table for the winners.
Like it's like an elephant and a buffalo. I mean, that's a lot of money. So you guys, you do the competition and you are announced winners. Mandla, take us through the process. How did you feel? I mean, when you were announced winners?
Well, first of all, I'll say on a personal note, I was very happy. We were all very happy. I mean, it's a blessing to win a competition, and it's also like a reward for all our hard work. And I won't mention names, but one of our team members decided he was so happy that he fell on the floor. That's how exciting it was. And to win to win that type of competition, it's also inspiring because now that you've achieved something of this sort, you know you can now go on to do better than what you did for the last time. And also, besides winning, I guess the experience was very exciting. I mean, for the final, as Takudzwa mentioned, we went to the Experian headquarters in California, and Experian is a big a company. So we met the global leaders there, someone who has the entire international division. So the learning experience in itself, even before winning, of course, we wanted to win, but the learning experience itself was super, something that we couldn't have gotten anywhere else. So that was a lot of emotion for me.
So almost according to Zimbabwean and Zambian standards, you guys, you're millionaires. I mean, if you had to convert that into kwacha or Zim dollar, you'll be all over town buying beer for everyone. So now you've just won this big competition. It's a good start for you. Less than a year when you get in America and you're already winning big. How does that set you up for the future? What's the future? What does the future look like? Takudzwa.
So I guess, winning this competition really gave us a boost in confidence in ourselves that we can proceed to work on hard. I think this was something really inspiring for our brothers and sisters back at home, that when you come here, hard work pays off. And then I think when you really want to achieve something and you work towards it, you can achieve it. So I think the future for us is to keep on grinding, keep on working hard, and motivating each other, and hoping to win more competitions as we progress. And learning.
Mandla, I mean, what you guys, are you planning to when you finish school, are you planning to have projects in Zim, or you just looking for a piece of land that you can invest and just stay there? What's the future looking like?
For me personally, like I said, I've always wanted to be an aerospace engineer. So I guess my journey does not stop here after getting my bachelor's in computer science. But also because initially before coming here, I knew that aerospace engineering in Africa is not that big. We always speak about NASA and SpaceX, but these are mostly American companies. And when you come into Zim, there's very, very few, or if not any, that do this. So I would like to maybe inspire a couple of people, maybe introduce and establish something so that people know about this field and pursue this field. And because, you know, home is always a home. You always love home no matter where you go. So I might be here, but you always go back home and try to do something that will uplift your people and leave them in a better place than where where you left them or where they previously were.
Thomas, I mean, I'm sure there are other younger Zambians who are looking at you and saying, I want to be like Thomas. I want to go and study in Europe, in America. You know, are you doing anything back home to try and encourage other youths and share the information that you now have on the scholarship program?
Yes, sir. That's a very good question. To begin with, I think I've always told my friends, even the ones on the call, that if given the chance, if I had the same experience, if I could be paid the same amount of money they give here in my country, I would no doubt stay in my country because it's progressing well and I would want to be part of the development. And as such, every moment I get to invest in my country, I always take it. And currently, I'm also working on something that I currently cannot disclose, but I think it's something that will help my family and my community as well. And apart from that, I do have friends that I reach out to. I actually reached out to my school. I'm trying to set up an award system where every year I'll commit part of my funds to help promote students in my school, maybe take them to school or just host an AGM for students doing well in my school. So this has actually helped other students, so my fellow former classmates, to join this thing. So I'm looking forward to it. By the end of the year, we should be able to like host one event around campus to at least award 9 students scholarships for an academic term, maybe sponsor that tuition, or just give them a boost in their academics to just push through and, you know, achieve their dreams. Because it's not easy to just it's one thing to have a dream and it's another to have resources to that dream. So I'm trying to provide that resource to their dream that they can actually achieve the same thing as well.
Yeah, you mentioned something very important, that yes, we might have dreams, but you know, when you're struggling in an urban area or in a rural area, your dream might not turn up to be anything as long as you don't have the resource. Takudzwa, do you have any projects that you're doing with your former school or with your community?
Thank you. Yes, so I am working with some of my friends to try and help other students who are, for example, my mom teaches at the Jairus Urinary Center. So it's a center for the disabled. So we try to help other students who might not have the opportunity to go and study to school. So sometimes we just try to help them with maybe a scholarship, and then they can proceed to go on and learning, the ones that are performing well. And try to help them go forward with their education to be given the opportunity to learn. And also, I think with some of my friends, we're also working on some projects to progress. So far, we're just in the planning phase, but hopefully help others be aware about the opportunities here in America, especially students from high school. Because I think for a lot of students, they're just in high school, they just learn, and then they are not aware of the bigger picture outside. So I think trying to inform other students, especially from high school, so that they can actually go out there and succeed in their dreams. Yeah.
Yeah, Mandla, I think I'll ask you the same question as you heard Takudzwa say. He says, yeah, you might know that there are opportunities, but you don't know where to start. And it's always a struggle. You know, you coming from sometimes poor communities, you don't even know where to start. You don't even have $1 to go online and search for these opportunities. So are you in touch with your maybe colleagues, your community, to try and give them more information?
All right. Thank you very much. for most of, I think for some of the guys that I learned with in A level, I was so fortunate that we were encouraging each other to apply, to go to different places. I've got one of my friends, Howlett, who is also here in the US. We came through New Seasons Youth Program, and we're also encouraging others to keep on applying. And I think it's also about just encouraging more people who are beyond my stream to keep on applying. So I'm in touch with a couple of my friends from back home, just encouraging them, guiding them through the process to apply, because it's one thing to know about the opportunity, but since applying to the US is an entirely different system, you need to know how to go through it. And so I am in touch with some of my friends and just telling them how the process goes through and what to expect if they eventually come here, and how best to prepare to come here.
Yeah, I know it's early morning that side, and maybe you guys have classes to go to and other stuff to do. So I don't want to keep you for long. But my last question to you all, I'll start with Thomas, is what do you miss back home? What is it that you miss the most?
I miss my family and doing the silly things I did when I was back home, like just walking outside, taking a trip to the nearby store on foot, and just, having that connection with people you've grown up with. It's entirely different coming here with no one. So you have to build relationships. And I'm so lucky to be friends with these guys on the call. And they always provide that homely feeling. And being with them is just like knowing people for the first time that you think you've known for a lifetime. So I do appreciate having friends such as these. And back home, I miss my friends, especially my best friends and all that. But I've come to realize that for me to achieve my dreams, I have to make a bit of sacrifices for me and my family as well. So that's something I'm coming to terms with. And we got to grow. So this is part of the growth circle, I guess. And I'm looking forward to the future. Thank you.
That's quite interesting that you talk about. You got to grow, and when you grow, there are things that you're going to sacrifice: family, friends, and yeah, because you're not always going. There's a time when you realize that the guys that you learned with, you're not going to be with forever. Mandla, what do you miss the most?
Just like Thomas said, excuse me, I miss my family. It's mostly the people, to be honest. You miss the people that have an impact in your life. So even though you talk to them via the phone or via video call, it's different from seeing them. So it's mostly the people. And surprisingly, I only miss one dish, is Charles Lompita. So that's surprisingly very, very funny. But yeah, it's the little food that you mostly hate, but that you miss a lot. So yeah, but like Thomas said, it's when you grow up, you realize that you have to take your own path. You're not even with your family, you not stay with them in the same house forever. You have to move out of the home to do something. So yeah, I guess it's mostly the people.
Good.
Yeah, I think just as this guy mentioned, the family that you grew up with, siblings, the community. Yeah, I think it's one of the most important things that I miss. And I think also, it's extra, we call it Sadva, yeah, something that we also miss. So yeah, family and the community I think the family and the community where you are so comfortable, but at the same time, you learn deal with each other. Yeah, that's mostly it, the family.
Okay, I promise this is the last. This is the last question. No other question after this. What would you say to your friends who are young people like you, who are high school, just finished, and they're really inspired by you, and they want to take the same path with you, like what you did? I will start with you this time, Takudzwa.
I think for my friends. So can you repeat the question one more time?
I said, what's your word of advice to your friends, to people who are at high school right now, and they have dreams and they want to be where you are?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is prayer. I think they need to always keep on praying and giving thanks to God. Lay down the foundation to pray to God and for them to guide them, and then also keep on working hard. Have a vision on what you want to achieve in life, and then have a family and friends who help you and guide you on what you want to succeed. So I think that would be my advice. Keep on working hard and praying so that you may be guided on the right path on what you want to achieve and succeed in life. Yeah.
Mandla, what can you say to young people like you who have wants to pursue their dreams and probably study in America as well?
I think just like Takudzwa said, first and foremost, the most important thing is prayer, because through prayer you can accomplish a lot. And I guess it's one thing having a dream, but it's another to work on it. And to work on it, you have to be well informed. So I'd say they have to keep on asking questions, because you might say you dream of going to America, but you have to ask questions about how to get there. And I think New Seasons Youth Program is a start. You can probably go on the website and research. The director, Mr. Ray Jackson, is a great person, the one who founded it. And I think there are also other people who are here who know how to get here. So I would say they have to ask a lot of questions. No matter how intelligent they are, they have to ask a lot of questions. I think, yeah, it's to pray and to work on your dream. That's the biggest piece of advice that I have.
Thomas, your final words.
Definitely prayer and having faith in God. God has a plan for every one of us. So, I mean, he ordained it for us to be in this position, and the right time granted us the right opportunities. And given any amount of goals we set up, be it small goals or not, there's an amount of effort that's put in. So it's good to dream, but it's another to like work hard towards that dream. My encouragement to the young generation, the young people coming up or wishing to study in the US is, don't just have the idea of studying in the United States. Be prepared to study and study and study. And even when you don't make it through, be prepared to like adjust yourselves to accommodate that goal you still want to do. So it may not be a direct path to achieving a goal, but always be adaptive in a situation. Always work hard. That's one thing I'll always emphasize. Work hard and trust the process. Have patience, and most of all, have trust in God that He has a better structure for your future. That's it.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I was talking to three gentlemen today, Thomas, Mandlenkosi, and Takudzwa. They're studying computer science in the state of Alabama in America. And it's good that they're sharing their dream and also the way how they got there, and encouraging other young people that, there's where there's will, there's way. And I hope to talk to you in future when you're now an aerospace engineer or you're a computer scientist. And of course, you said you guys home is best. We hope that the knowledge that you get there, the skill that you're going to get there, at some point you're going to find a way of actually returning the investment. You owe Mother Africa some a little bit of exchange of knowledge, and continue to encourage the young people in your circles, in your communities. I know you're in touch with them through social media and so forth. That, I mean, we're losing a lot of young people to drugs, to, a lot of poverty, to a lot of things, and some just get tired. And I mean, young people as well are committing suicide because of frustrations and depression. And it is always good to see young people who are determined to succeed. And you seem to be doing well, and you are doing well. And I'm hoping that the only thing that can stop you is nothing. So wishing you all the best in your studies, and enjoy your stay in America. My name is Zenzele Ndebele, and this was the Breakfast Club.